Tier talk.
Sorry, dude. Okay. All right, yeah. My bad.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I feel like everybody's getting their list. I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking anything like that.
Tier
I
talk
was
is
just
going to
trying
be.
to add to the dead space.
Okay.
Our tier talk this week is going to be Nickelodeon cartoon characters.
Yeah, I didn't really look any up, but
it's not.
Yeah, it's not
It is actually really difficult. There's a couple that are.
yeah, there's
It has to be cartoon.
as I say, the characters.
Yeah, it has to be cartoon.
Okay,
it has to be
that
cartoon
saved me
characters.
from
Draw a
Keenan
line in
and
the
all that.
sand. Who's doing the back of the bus? You don't want to do the back of the bus? This is a moment for JP, I feel like. Yeah.
You have to know the names of the characters. There's definitely some.
No, you could just.
I mean, we
Just
know
say
who
the
your
cartoon
guy
show.
is. It's your time to give flowers.
Now, is it possible we have a god tier?
No.
I don't think so either. It wasn't.
I think if there was one, it'd be SpongeBob, but if I'm actually doing a list, SpongeBob is not newly, but it was not the
There's
wave
more
I was on when
nostalgia
I
out
was
there.
younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta get you.
Man, I got maybe 3 honorable mentions here. I mean, fuck, dude.
You guys got a Wi-Fi? Because my shit.
Yeah, someone.
Is it the Xfinity Wi-Fi?
Sure. I
Told Tony 69 or what? Thanks, guys. Who'd have thought?
Man, there are fire ones out there, bro.
Way too many.
There is too many. Go ahead, JP. Start us off, brother.
All right. My tier 3, arguably one of the coolest Nickelodeon characters out there, and that is Otto Rocket.
Oh, yes, sir. Shout out to boy Otto Rocket.
Otto is dope. Tier 2, one of my other favorite cartoon characters.
Oh, it's cartoon characters?
Yeah, it's on the show. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were doing shows. Thank
Yeah.
God. I'm glad you.
Oh,
I'm glad-
yeah. Tier 2 goes to Ultra Lord Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. Sheen
Wow.
still provides value to my life to this day, and he honestly gets even better. And Sheen is a gift that keeps on giving. And tier 1, SpongeBob. You can't beat SpongeBob. SpongeBob embodies everything that we should all want to be. Positive attitude, hard worker, never complaining, and just trying to build community with those closest to him.
Just nothing but optimism with
Yeah.
SpongeBob, man.
So that's my list.
Yeah. With that, I don't want to give it to him, but
Yeah, one word, Jack, to describe.
Solid.
Studs.
fucking list.
Sick.
What's your word to describe it, Dave?
His list?
Yeah.
Solid. I mean, someone already took that, so.
Incredible. Incredible.
Outstanding.
Do you want us to go before you?
I'll go. You want to go?
I'm ready.
All right,
but
go ahead. Go ahead, Willie.
my honorable mention, and this was probably my first show that I fell in love with as a young little wolf pup. Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. I loved Rocco, his homie Heifer, Spunky, his dog. I loved the frog neighbors, his boss and the wife. Dude, I loved Rocco's Modern Life, but shout out the boy Rocco. That's my honorable mention. My tier 3 is going to be Cat Dog. Loved Cat Dog growing up. I love Cat Dog so much. Like when they were trying to make products, like food products, outside of the one where Cat is getting dog buff as shit to compete. He's just like on basically like roided out. That was a great episode. But the episode where they're like making a product, it like my young dumb self, I try like making like, jelly, sugar, putting stuff onto like I'm trying to like create things in the kitchen. But my tier 3, Cat Dog. My tier 2, a little unorthodox, but he was one of my favorite characters. Probably my favorite person to enjoy coming into a scene. And it's Twister Rodriguez from Rocket Power. just an incredible best friend to Auto Rocket. Was funny. He's, kind of dumb, but Twister, he always had a good head on his shoulders, and he hated being called Maurice by his older brother. But shout out the boy Twister. I love Twister. And by the way, a little side shout out. He didn't make the list at all, but you got to give a shout out to Tito. And he'd always drop wisdom.
Oh, that's a
And he'd always
good
drop
one.
wisdom on those boys. You always loved Tito. And then the only other state of mind he'd be in is sadness. And then they all throw some surprise party to lift his spirits. But Tito was a stud in there as well. My tier 1 is going to be probably, without fully having probably 30 minutes to digest all of this, but my favorite show in the 90s, and it was Hey Arnold. But my tier 1's going to go to Arnold. I felt like in every episode there was a lesson to be had, and Arnold was the best. I felt like just the show overall, they had the right characters and everything else, but the whole woogity, the boy Arnold, football head, shout out the boy. I think he deserves his flowers for tier 1.
Seems like Hey Arnold embodies exactly what JC Treader embodies. Like he was always like,
Yeah.
he'd pick up the money and give it to you. He was
Yeah.
always
That's a
doing the
good
right
question to ask
thing.
him. Was he a Hey Arnold fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a fan of
probably-
Arnold?
He's probably
Oh, yeah.
based his entire life
Yeah.
off of it.
Arnold, Twister, Cat Dog, Rocco.
Cool.
Old head.
Fair. Mine did 90s baby back.
Solid.
Theme songs.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, you get the word, David.
Think of a word.
I got it. I got one. I got one.
Fuck. Fuck.
Nostalgia.
Taylor, you want to go? David? Well, the boy does have to leave here soon.
Yeah. No, we definitely gotta get this thing going. I gotta get the fuck out.
You want me to go?
Yeah, if you gotta
Honorable
go.
mention is
You didn't have
going
to
to
say it like
go from one individual character, obviously, because they're all individual characters of the Angry Beavers. And that
Dude,
is
you're so, God
Tree
damn.
Flower, dude. The cool, calm, collected. There was, it was Angry Beavers, but really he was always kind of the voice of reason. If things got a little out of hand, he's like, hey, man, it's all good. Don't worry about it. He was always dealing with the other guy. Getting a little too fucking wild. My tier 3 is going to go to Tommy Pickles. Tommy Pickles was a leader. He was a risk taker. He always got everybody dialed in. And when Angelica would come around, he would just let her do her thing. He every once in a while I'd get a little upset, but he would always figure out a way to make the best out of a tough situation, especially getting out of that damn pen to help everybody out.
Yeah.
My tier 2 is gonna go to Patrick Starr. Seems like the ultimate side character, in my opinion. His comedic relief to some real problems they had out there. He had some moments, dude, when he was trying to blow a bubble at SpongeBob's bubble stand. Literally put me in tears as a child. I thought it was so funny, hilarious, dumb, but hilarious, and always was there ready to ride with the boys. And my tier 1 is gonna have to go to Twister Rodriguez. He
Wow.
was.
Mm.
I loved watching Rocket Power. It's my favorite probably cartoon of all time. And seeing Otto Rocket out there, I loved Otto, but I thought he took things a little too serious. And the only thing, like you said, with being called Maurice, he would have a hard time with that. But other than that, man, always like kind of cool, doing his thing. Never really wanted to be like the best like Otto did. He was really just like embodied chill boy vibes. And I gotta give a big shout out to him. I was a huge fan of him. And that is my tier talk.
Surprising.
Well rounded.
Solid.
Good.
Classics.
Twister's number 1.
What was surprising?
Twister took me by surprise.
Okay. I love Twister, man.
Twister took me by surprise.
So cool,
and then
dude.
the
Yeah.
one I'm really upset I did not hit was Tommy Pickles. Tommy Pickles, low key, is a competitor for tier 1.
Yeah.
I think Tommy Pickles.
really
You
like
grow up
that.
with Tommy Pickles.
Should have done like we should create a top second. Patrick Stars of the world.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, side characters.
I know. I feel like each time we get a little bit better. We're gonna dial it in one of these
Make
days.
sure somebody writes that down because that's a good one.
I know, bro. Because we do need to do just Nickelodeon shows, but I agree. Secondary characters, no question. Because that's Twister's up there. But yeah, I'm upset I didn't hit Tommy Pickles, and then Angry Beavers was surprising me. I think that's a phenomenal show, but I was surprised you.
Yeah, I don't know why. When we first started doing this, I thought like, man, Angry Beavers really was. When I looked up all the shows, like I really enjoyed Rocko's Modern Life, but for some reason, I get so fired up when Angry Beavers came on.
Yeah.
I just thought it was such a fun show.
I fucking loved it. That's when you said, I'm like, well, I don't want to use that one now.
No,
like,
you can
that,
use,
that
you
was
can use
that
the
was
same
solid.
one.
When
You
you,
can use
I don't even know their name, like the names, but like
I had to look up Tree Flower.
Yeah.
I was like, what are
Angry
their
Beavers.
names?
It was fucking solid, but
Yeah,
I think I got mine.
we're ready when you are.
Okay, so my tier 3 is gonna be. Oh man, 2 and 3 are tough. I think I'm gonna go. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with Squidward. He's the antagonist to SpongeBob, and you need someone to shit on, and you needed like that negative energy to balance out like the positive, because life's not all like flowers and daisies. I just enjoyed just like the fact that he just came in, did like then he was just the opposite of everything that Patrick and SpongeBob are about. So I liked his balance to the show. I thought that like if you don't have him, it's too well, I could get totally called for this one, but it's like too Ted Lasso for me, where it's like too positive.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's his time.
Tier 2 then goes to Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents, mainly because I fucking love the show and I watch it all the time. But Cosmo was the epitome of just always would fuck up, and I just enjoy like off the cuff stuff. I enjoy like then gotta be perfect. Kind of liked how he always kind of threw things around. I'm not looking for a message. Didn't need like a positive thing for me at the end of the day. And then number 1, tier 1. This is going to be very controversial. Reptar. So here's my reason. Reptar from Rugrats.
Yeah.
He was not a main character, but
He wasn't even a secondary
Hold
or
on,
third
Will, you gotta let him.
Third character.
Reptar was
Ordinary
the
character.
whole thing about like Rugrats that they were trying to do. And the most important thing to them was Reptar. And for me, like growing up, like I wanted, like that's why I love like the idea of like loving
Godzilla,
dinosaurs,
Jurassic Park.
Godzilla,
Will.
and like always going
Sorry,
after
I'm-
like the animal Reptar. For me, I'm like that. For me, like kind of was always something I went back to as like a child, like your stuffed animal. Like he was like my animated stuffed animal. So that's for me. Like when there was anytime Rugrats had Reptar in it, that was a good episode for me.
Weak.
Lost me.
Honest.
Thank you.
Controversial.
Solid.
Thing out of it,
Yeah,
JP.
wait, yeah,
Come on,
you gotta
JP.
go-
Give your own rating.
Yeah.
I know.
Almost.
Let's start there, Mitchie. Almost why?
The Reptar
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
lost me. The first 2 were like 3 and 2 were really good. And
See,
then,
for me, I was looking. I'm like, I don't need like I never was a main character guy, and then I kept looking at like, for me, I fucking loved Rugrats, but like Reptar was like the mission was Reptar.
I was a big
Yeah, I was
Phil
getting
and
out
Lil
and like
fan.
doing that stuff. Like I just like Reptar. I'm like, damn,
Phil
Rugrats
and
was so
Lil.
fucking good. And like I feel like SpongeBob, no offense, like that's an easy one to always like lean on.
Yeah.
And like he kind of kept on through, like after my childhood, so I'm not gonna own it. Whereas like Rugrats was legit when I was a kid. Like that's when it was there. It was profound.